Hi there, Evan here with Crypto and Markets for Sunday, December 9th, 2018. Doing this one audio only today. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll know that I've been a bit under the weather here the past week or so. Thanks for the well wishes. I do feel better now. Hopefully I can be in front of the camera here in the next couple of days. Anyhow, let's get right into it. The dovish pivots by the U.S. Federal Reserve and then correspondingly by the Bank of Canada. What does all this mean? Well, they're doing this not because they want to, but because they have to. Let's put this today in the context of the Bank of Canada. One, as per usual, they have a big mandate to the oil lobby in Canada. And of course, Alberta announced the production cut of 325,000 barrels a day, which, again, won't fix anything in the long run. The big problem there has been takeaway capacity, and it has been since the beginning of time, to be honest. And this whole thing with the WCS spreads, look, once you get the oil into the U.S., they're getting pretty close to West Texas pricing on it anyhow. But even then, it's the price they're getting is still below cost. The production cuts are going to happen anyways. And even once the excess storage is worked out of the system, we're going to be in the same problems again. Anyhow. Also, housing markets have slowed this year. Autos have slowed this year. Furniture sales have slowed this year. Appliance sales have slowed this year. Home renovation sales have slowed this year, both in Canada and in the U.S. Again, the latter four being consummate with a slowing housing market, which has been happening since March in the U.S. as well, by the way. And funny enough, a lot of the same markets that were going down in 05, 06, 07, take out Phoenix, say, and add Denver, it's really the same markets. So there's that element to it. And you could put this more solely on the Bank of Canada. Wage growth has been slowing since March. In the U.S., layoffs at the big corporations now have started to pick up. So there's signs in both labor markets that a slowdown is here. And in the Bank of Canada, actually in Canada, sorry, this is specifically happening as well. Remember the video I did a little over a year ago now, where I talked about the negative wealth effect being caused by declining house prices and a slowing housing market was going to start hitting the consumer. Well, guess what the folks over at BNN had to admit late last week? I'm right. I'll link that video down below for y'all to watch it. But again, everything I said in that video has come out to be right. And in Canada specifically as well. The liquidity squeezed at all the major lenders that I outlined was going to happen for next year, the video I did about a month ago. Well, guess what's happening now? Bond yields have come all the way back down to where they were at the beginning of the year, but mortgage rates are still rising. What does that tell you? Well, for one thing, I was early, unfortunately. But besides that, lenders are now building in risk premiums for the pending losses that are coming onto their books from a declining housing market. So I'm sorry on that. I was a bit too late. So to go ahead and put this in context, all of these dovish pivots you're hearing from the central banks, it's because they see what's going on. And when they tell you also as well too, I'll leave on this. Look what's happened in the yield curve. Look at Canada's ones, twos. Look at Canada's twos, fives. Look at Canada's twos, tens. Look at the U.S. ones, twos. Look at the U.S. twos, fives. Look at the U.S. twos, tens. The yield curves have been flattening for months, and the ultimate inversion is the best leading indicator for recession out there. And especially in the good old Raoul Paul indicator from Real Vision TV, the ones, twos. When that inverts, it tells you typically central banks have gone too far. Think of how fragile the economy is when rates have gone too far at these still historically low times. What does that tell you? And for when they tell you, and by the way, go back on this too. In 2005, 2006, 2007, the central banks were also telling us then, like they are now, the yield curve doesn't matter. Contrary to what they say, they do. They do in a big way. But nonetheless, that's the real story here. The economy is slowing. They see it. And they want to organize this in a way where the public doesn't know what's going on. Well, guess what? If you follow my channel, you have. That's all there is to it. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter, @CryptoMarkets2. Y'all have a good day.